Welcome back to Inked Garden. So this summer's been a hot one, so I haven't been making videos because not not only would I be suffering doing the stuff that I'm doing, like planting seeds and everything, but also I would potentially be risking my phone overheating even in the late evening, and plus it's not very good lighting. Today we're going to discuss a little bit of chop and drop. I've been learning a little bit from a few channels like Jeff Lawton's Discover Permaculture, Byron Grows, and then also I think it's agroforestry Brazil or agroforestry. Um, oh man, there'll be a little bit of a jump at it, but yeah, it's Agroforestry Academy. They're out of Brazil, and I think they've done a few other places, but there's been some really good stuff coming out of South America, Australia, and then similar areas. So the first thing you want to do is chop and drop. I mean, especially if you've been cutting things that may have like mites or other viruses attached. I was just cutting up some honeydew and cantaloupe that wasn't looking too hot. Everything else seems to be fine, but we got to start by sanitizing the shears. So we got our shears right here, and I mean you could use any sort of alcohol, but right now I'm just using some regular isopropyl. So I like to use my paper towel, do it as a catch, just get it nice and wet, and then I'm just going to give it a little bit of a scrub. So we got this Moringa right here. It's been growing since the spring. I'd probably say it's about 10 to 12 foot tall. So it's been growing out some lower branches that I don't necessarily want. And if it wants to regrow it later, then I'll keep it and let it be kind of frost protection for all the little bit more valuable plants. But I want to let in some light and also provide some good living ground cover, so that way the microbes and everything can process all the nitrogen and phosphorus that this Moringa's been mining for. So I'm going to start out just by snapping off a few of the branches, so that way it gives me access to the stock. And so with these, you can just kind of pop it like that. And I mean, I'm not too worried about leaving scars on it. For one, it's a kind of sacrificial tree, and then also I'm going to be cutting it lower with those green shears. So kind of smells like a mix between like urine and nuts. It's kind of weird. But a lot of people eat the leaves and then also the pods whenever they come out. So I'll have an updated video whenever I get around to that. And so as you can see, I'm organizing it all in one hand because it's going to help me later. Syntropic agroforestry, in the way that I see it, is just a little bit of organized chaos, and then that's going to bring the best results for your soil and for your plants that are relying on that soil for proper, nutrition and everything. So I want to keep it all organized, and then we'll let it down later. That's enough for now, so I have a pretty good handful of green mulch. So what I'm going to do now is just break it down. I want to split this into two, just so that way I can use a little bit more further along the beds. And I'm going to create a dense little mat. Take this, cut it in half. Steak. I'm going to take this. And I have some jackfruit seedlings and some corn back here. The corn hasn't been doing too good. I planted it a little bit late. It was a little hot, so I think it was stunted. But that'll be alright. But I'm just going to place this along my rows. Nice and dense. that right next to it. I'm going to take my printers that I just sanitized, take this down. I don't want to cut all the way on the knuckle because that harms the way that the tree will heal from that knuckle. So I'm going to go, I can go as high as this, but I'm going to bring it about 2 to 4 inches from the actual base of the trunk. Something like this, I probably should have brought out the handsaw, but I don't know, the other one came off easy. So now I'm going to take this. I should split the same way. Come off stringy. So I'm just going to lay this on top of the green. I'll just lay it down. That's going to lock it in place in case we get some winds, and it's also going to help give it additional weight, so that way you're increasing the contact with the mulch in the soil. So now I'm just going to lay this across the two. That's organized. And if I wanted to, I could snap off these little branches. I mean, these really aren't doing anything for photosynthesis. Now that I've removed that other branch, I mean, it'll start, but I'm just going to take it off just to make it clean at about head height. And if it wants to branch out more before the short winter that we have, okay. Alright, got my pieces, organize it, and then just bundle, and just drop it. Chop, and drop. And as you can see, I got boots on. As pumpkin, I walked out here with flip-flops earlier, and it's not nice, like fiberglass stabbing into you. And then my foot was itching for like a week, still itching right now. So, but that's the basics of chop and drop. And if you have any questions or comments or any ways that I could improve, leave it in the comments below. Round 3 is doing a audio warm-up because I noticed that while editing the audio was a little bit off, so there was dogs barking in the last one. So yeah, like and subscribe so that way I can afford a mic. Yeah, like and subscribe. Don't forget, life's a garden. Dig it. Here's a quick peek of what I was showing. So you have all your kind of green material down on the bottom, and then kind of the twigs on top. This is one I did earlier. It was a little bit skinnier of a branch, but here's the one that I just processed in the video. And if you see it's kind of raised up, we don't want to house any rats or mice or anything, so what we can do is just give a little stamp it down, and then as you're working, you know, and walking around, you can do that consistently, and that'll help keep that contact. So get that microbial life going.